Morning, everybody. I was watching the Titan games last night with Dwayne Johnson in it, and I think it might have been the premiere. I'm not really sure, but I tuned in because I like Dwayne Johnson. I just think he's like the guy that every guy wants to be. He's good looking. He's got a phenomenal physique. He's got charisma coming out of his ears. He's like a man's man. And you look at people like him, the guy that plays Thor, and you think, man, if I could go back in time and chisel myself out, these are the guys who I'd want to be. But I like some reality shows. I don't like a lot of them. I like Survivor. I didn't think I was going to like the Titan games as much as I did, but it was really good, and I would actually recommend watching it. But it's interesting to see people pit themselves physically against others, where it doesn't come down to just a mere contest of physical strength, but also of will, and the will to survive and the will to win is actually a greater component than the physical side of it, because it comes down to being able to think clearly in a pinch. When your adrenaline's pumping and the other person wants something as bad as you do. And so you have to be able to think clearly. You have to be able to plan while you're in motion, and hold on and hang tight. And that's what it comes down to a lot of times. It's just being able to strategize rationally in the throes of things. But that's kind of where I want to go with this today. Is talking about exercising the will. It's easy to want to have things your way, and it's wonderful to think that things could always be easy, and that the struggle that we experience wouldn't always be there. We know that life is full of struggles, and we always want to kind of steer away from it. We want to break, and it's good. It's important to have breaks from struggle every once in a while, but you're gonna have struggle, and you're just not gonna get around it. But it's so vitally important that we do. If you get to the place where all you have to do is stretch out your hand to have what you want, you become mentally fat and lethargic. If the plane that you're walking on is always level, you'll never develop the strength you need to climb the mountain. And the mountains will come. You may be walking on level ground for a long time. Some people are in positions in life whereby they don't really have to try too hard anymore. They don't have to struggle too hard anymore. And they think that's their crowning achievement. When in fact, it might be their undoing. It's very important to exercise the will. It's very important to develop a mindset that the turmoil that you're going through could actually be good for you. And I think it's just very important to remember that. So next time, and it's not too far away, it's right around the corner. The next time that you're having a hard time, things aren't going your way, or let's say it's just as simple as driving to work like I am right now, and people in traffic are testing your patience, and they're testing their boundaries, and they're doing all sorts of things to be offensive, and all you want to do is flip them off, honk your horn, scream at them. Use that as a time to exercise your will. But you're going to have all sorts of things like that, and there's just no getting around it. And you have a choice. Do you want to scream, pitch a fit, and take the weak way out, or are you willing to try? Are you willing to exercise your patience? Are you willing to see how strong you are and continue to build on that strength? I'm amazed at people who can go through strife and struggle with what appears to be relative ease, but these are people who have conditioned themselves, and I think that means everything. I work for a utilities company, and one of the things that we do, one of the descriptions in our job title would be to turn people's power or water off for non-payment. When you are so far in arrears in your payment, you're so far delinquent, you have to be shut off to encourage payment. It's just a necessary evil. And there are people who handle that very well, and there are people who don't. And here's the interesting dynamic, or here's the interesting, I don't know what you call it, paradox, whatever the case might be. But the people who do not handle this well and throw the biggest fits are the people who seem, for all intents and purposes, to be well off. They have plenty of money. They'll come out screaming. Doctors, lawyers, people who are white collar workers will come out screaming. But I have money. You don't understand. I have money. Well, that's fine. I believe you, but you haven't made a payment, and it's my job to turn you off. But you're doing the wrong thing. These people have walked a level plane for so long that they have grown mentally fat and lethargic. But the people who live in hardship on a regular basis, and when you pull up, whether those people do or not. Those are the ones who handle it well. They're the nice ones. They're the kind ones. And a lot of times they're the ones who I give the breaks to more often. So think about that today. Are you mentally strong? Have you exercised your will? Or have you grown fat and lethargic? Not physically, but mentally. Alright guys, if you've liked this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and share it if you like. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.